Okay, hello. Okay, it started. I need to go into here so I can have the chat pop up quick. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm going to get the chat on the screen real quick. While I do that, I'm going to turn this onto scene. And then if I full screen that. Okay, I'm just going to set up the chat so it's on the screen. So when this comes out as a video, it'll be easier to understand. Let me see. Okay, it's going to look really ugly, but that's not the point of this stream, so that's fine. Browser source. Add new source. Ignore that. That's temporary. Okay, you can now see the chat on the screen. Is that correct? Okay, we're not going to be using Discord. You'll have to use this chat if you want to ask something. So when are you fixing slash PvP? Okay, slash PvP we're going to work on very, very soon. Well, Good's currently away. He'll be on tomorrow, like when he wakes up. However, we are going to work on armor set abilities, and then we will be working on... I'm actually going to make this a little bit smaller. Then we will be working on slash PvP. That is our current to-do list. What is the official time that you'll be adding stuff to the Buycraft that can be bought with gift cards? Tomorrow, 6 p.m. GMT, we'll be adding the new weekend bundle, along with a new loot box and something else. When exactly will F-Top be drawn? Okay, so we're kind of working on a solution for F-Top, because I don't want to waste people's time, because people have dedicated a lot of time to this server. But at the same time, I don't feel like F-Top is an appropriate thing to do currently, with the fact that there's duping that's went on. No Names has been raided, and someone replaced their spawners with creeper eggs. So there was a glitch to do that. And there's been lots of bugs. So we are going to do something to do with... we'll make sure the payouts are done. We're going to have to do it in a different way, though. And that way we are unaware of currently. By the way, are you going to start working on heroic kit so it doesn't come late? What do you mean heroic kit? Oh, the new heroic kit. The new heroic kit's actually done. I'll be updating it tomorrow, 6 p.m. GMT. Warp Desert's not going to be a thing. I deleted your helper application because the formatting was broke. When does the Twitter giveaway end? The Twitter giveaway will be ending in a day. So 24 hours, well, 23 hours and 53 minutes. There's a few enchant bugs that are overpowered. Then you would make a bug report. However, for enchants, I would say that's not worth it. Here's why. We're currently using a plugin called Advanced Enchants. It's a public plugin that we use for enchants. Now, Good and Evil and I are going to work on our own enchant plugin, which will remove all limitations, meaning we could do any form of enchant. So currently we're limited to very basic things like something that heals you, something that silences something, and potion effects, things like that. There's nothing really too extreme. And conditions are very lacking. So, for example, condition would be whilst player is blocking. Once we have our own plugin, we could do cool things like rot and decay, because there will be no limitations for it. So I wouldn't suggest making something now. Is there an unban all? An unban all will not be for at least 2 months. We're not going to do MKit, by the way. That was an example. Avery, I'm waiting on a developer to help me out with some stuff 740 wise. So, it won't come yet. The chat on the screen is not readable. It should be a little more readable now. Why would we unban after summer ends? Because we're not doing an unban all every so often. Like, we're not doing them every 6 months. We would prefer to do them every 4 months. We prefer to do them every 6 months. Because it's kind of wrong to continuously bring cheaters back on the server, as it ruins the gameplay for others. It would be something for discussion, of course, perhaps with the release of Crazy Factions, which is something I'll go into later if anyone's curious about it. We may do one, just so we can have high players, but we're unsure if it will be necessary. Are you guys planning on making the Jurassic kit better? Considering it's a $100 rank, and you're getting a lot of value for it, considering most people didn't buy it as well. The kit's kind of fine as it is at the moment. We do plan to buff it, but we need to up the price if we're going to do that. And upping the price currently isn't in our best mind to do so. The chat is frozen. No, it's currently updating. When will /PvP be fixing rank? Ranks are never ever going to reset again. That was a one-time thing, and we only did it because we wanted to change rank plugins. We're now using something completely custom for ranks, and there's no need for us to do it anymore. Watercolor. We have something cool coming for Craze, actually. On Crazy Factions, we're actually going to be using a completely new form of the Craze. We're going to be changing them up entirely, adding animations, adding crate coin flips, for example, adding a jackpot where you could bet. So keys are going to have a set value. Tier 1 will have 1, Tier 2 will have 2. Rank keys will have, say, 10. And you can do a jackpot with them. And there's going to be a lot of features. Why do you demand for your staff team to be incredibly active while allowing? Okay, so you should separate your questions, someone. But I am on the server more than most people. You can actually view that by typing /playtime top, and you can see I'm number 5. My job isn't really on the server as much. My job is to do more things like this, handle the community, write up documentations for plugins we need, things like that. Why are you releasing an entirely new server when the current one only gets roughly 50 players in days? Well, that's why, actually, because Crazy Factions is what people want to see. It's not going to be based around my view of factions, it's going to be based around the community. This server was me making what's best in my eyes. Crazy Factions is going to be what's best in the community's eyes, which is how it should have been in the first place. Wait, Christian, when are you adding when you kill someone who pops up in chat? Why do you assume we're going to add that? But we do have plans for kill tags. Can you add a PvP warp? PvP warp isn't the best idea currently for us, but it's not a guaranteed no. Perhaps a battlefield would be a better system to do it with. Are you adding titles and colored chat? We're gonna sort of have titles, but colored chat is a no. How titles are gonna work is actually colored chat is a sort of no, sort of yes. I'll explain why later in the stream. But titles, we're gonna add it so you can hover over someone's name and see certain titles. titles are going to be very exclusive. So if you win F top end of map, you will get a title. Everyone in the faction will get like an eye similar to the Nebula thing in Cosmic. If you say have the highest KD on kit map, you'll get a title every map. If you bought a charity bundle, so I don't know if we haven't done one in a while, so I'll explain it quickly now. Every month we haven't done it for the past month, but every month normally we support a random charity that we believe is a good charity to support, and we'll sell a bundle on the store, and all funds from that bundle will go to said charity. And those who purchase bundles will get a custom rank to display that they have supported a charity. But that will be the only form of title. It's a cosmic test, we gotta focus on PvP. Okay, King Ram Gotman, we can't just add a /PvP command for now, because we don't have one that functions with our current version of factions. The issue with the old one, for a start, is you could create a faction, create a PvP in a base. It most likely has a backdoor because Krizdog made it, and as many of you know, he's an owner on Fantasy, and he's a very, very scummy individual, willing to do anything to take down a competitor. I wouldn't be surprised if he was willing to backdoor his own plugin for us. Will the June crate be releasing tomorrow too? The June crate will indeed be releasing tomorrow, yes. The forums have been broken because we updated the theme and we're still not done. Heroic sets are more rare now, so we've buffed them. Hi, Jordan. What do you mean 2 weeks? Like, for what? Oh, okay. We wasn't particularly focusing on the pay-to-win aspect of the server, but sure. Staff applications will be back up soon. We're just working on formatting at the moment, as there's an issue with Zen 402 and formatting messages. Everyone has heroic sets, and by making them rare now, it doesn't fix anything. I don't see what you're saying. Okay, I'm gonna go over something. This map has been our best map, in my opinion, development-wise. There has been near to no bugs, like at the current state of it anyway. There's just a lack of features. If we kept up the current formatting and the way everything's coded, like if I touch PL in game, you can see this. Every plugin belongs to us. If we kept this up, and we made a map like the last map, it would be by far the biggest cosmic test. That's what Crazy Factions is. And it's sort of getting on my nerves having everyone complaining about it when we are making an effort and we're being told we're not. Ranks were supposed to be rare, but then everyone complained it was pay to win, so we made them less rare. The anti-cheat hasn't full spanned half the server. The anti-cheat rarely full spans. We fixed nearly every known flag, and if you find another one, we'll fix that as well. Heavy does nothing currently, it's disabled. Bloodlink does nothing because Guardians is disabled. And Lucky doesn't have a healing effect. So you're wrong about that, I'm afraid. I do know my enchants. You haven't tested it clearly. Okay, look. I can assure you, you haven't tested it because I coded the enchants. The enchants don't do random things. They do what I've set them to do, and I haven't set, like, I've got them set as double square brackets, meaning they do nothing. Except, well, in fact, they all do nothing. Yes, that is right. And you can wear them enchants if you wish. Anyway, I'm going to do no more talk about enchants on this stream, because it's kind of pointless when we're making our own enchant plugin. I'd prefer to use this time for something more resourceful. Okay, I just said we're not going to be talking about enchants. Dungeons. Okay. Dungeons are probably going to come as a feature within a week of the release of Crazy Factions. Crazy Factions, our goal is the first week of July for release, but there is no set date yet. But Crazy Factions is going to be really fun. IM's going to have like really nice formatting, tons of keys, tons of loot boxes, like old Enchants MC with current PvP, more items and stuff like that. Okay, so the dungeon cooldown is going to be 2 hours and a half, though. Jurassic ranks will get 2 hours, and there will be a way to lower it by 1 more hour. Okay, so yeah, there's going to be a new realm. So Crazy Factions isn't going to be more OP. When this map resets, it's going to be rebalanced a lot. As in, we're thinking sugarcane eco and stuff like that. It's going to be more factions, like more about raiding. We'll contact big power factions to play and stuff like that. Crazy Factions is going to be more about PvP. That's one way to put it. This map isn't going to be resetting for a very long time. At least 3 more months. The first Crazy Factions map is going to be a month long, and then after that we're going to try get it to around 4 months. It just depends about balances, and obviously the more the server makes in revenue, the longer we can keep it up, because the more it will pay for its bills, the more we can develop it. And if it lacks it, we would have to reset if we would want to continue updating it. CR claims not going to be added, no. Duels are on our to-do list after /PvP. So, in fact, I'll read out our to-do list in order quickly. Give me 1 second. Let me just find it. Okay, so admin MC and admin ender chest. So that will just mean we can take things out of people's inventories and ender chests. It's a very simple plugin to do. It will take no more than 15 minutes. Wild PvP is next on the to-do list. It's going to be similar to Cosmic, but we're going to have some changes, such as a KD, a win-loss system even, a 1v1 protection system, and some other features. Oh wait, no, sorry. Armor set abilities is before that. My bad. And then after that will be the King of the Hills, so the Coughs. And after that will be duels. And duels are going to be unique to Jurassic in a way you would have never seen duels before. Some features being 2v2s and stuff like that. Alright, but I'm gonna try and remove the CR claim message, yeah. Someone, I wasn't ignoring you. I only ignored you because you mentioned enchants, and I told you I wasn't going to be talking about them. But the factions top payouts aren't going to happen as normal, as I've said. We're going to work out a solution in which there is a payout, but it's not going to be F top because of the way things have turned out with Sativa essentially sabotaging no names by replacing their spawners with creepers and dupe glitches. We do plan on adding bosses. They will become a thing on the Crazy Factions release, and they'll also be on the OP Factions revamp. Move this so you're messy. Retired, what faction are you in exactly? I literally just said about coughs. Nicknames aren't going to be a thing. Why is No Limit? I have never heard of them before, if I'm honest with you. They've got Dizzle retired. I am up here. She is legal. Okay, you basically have no one. I doubt you'll win anyway. You are Sativa's main ally. Now that is an achievement, isn't it? Okay, retired. I'm gonna be muting you on my stream. You're very toxic. You can't have a staff rank in your prefix. We plan on some new mastery enchants soon, but we want to work on the enchant plugin first. Why are all the staff in one faction? That doesn't make the map fun. Actually, staff aren't allowed to be in one faction. If you fight, okay, so I'll explain the system publicly now, and you can actually get some staff removed if you do report this. So, oh wait, okay, no, this currently isn't an active rule. It will be active very soon. Basically, factions are limited to 12 points, and depending on a staff role, you will get a certain amount of points. So, senior mod is worth 6 points, mod is worth 4 points, and helpers are worth 3 points. And if you have any more points than 12, your faction will get a strike or it will be disbanded or something. It depends on the severity. Someone that is wrong, I'm afraid. Yes, Avery, you will still count. Well, then Good and Evil was wrong, I'm afraid. Because I'm the one who came up with this rule and I'm the only one who's announced it. In fact, Good didn't even make that meeting, so I doubt Good and Evil told you that. Someone, what's your IGN? Okay, what faction are you in? I'm gonna guess no names because you're very toxic. What a guess. Your faction was kicked because the rules, you was breaking the rules still. You didn't kick half your faction, you kicked about 4 people. And the limit is still the same, although it used to be 8. The faction points per staff has went up as well, allowing the same amount of staff, just evening out the numbers. So you didn't really prove anything. Ko shouldn't be able to kick the leader, it's just a bug. And it's a bug in the plugin Factions UUID. It's nothing to do with Jurassic PvP. However, for the next map, or Crazy Factions even, we are going to have our own Factions fork. In fact, I'll go over that now. We have a lot of plans for it. We have F missions, which is going to be private missions in which your faction has to do overtime to gain boosts. And these boosts will be XP gain and stuff like that. You'll also have to do these missions because they will give you mission points, and you'll require a certain amount of points per F upgrade. So, for example, you will need to have 100 points to purchase the double spawn rate upgrade, as well as that you'll also have to pay 500 mil and be worth 1 bill on F top. That's one example. And if you go under any of them, you will lose it. That is one of the parts of the Factions fork. We're also going to have a F perm and F access system like Cosmic, as well as F rolls, just to prevent insiding. We're also going to create our own F audit system, and then F inspect, which will allow you to break and place blocks, and you can view the history of what's happened in that location by certain people. So you can find out your own inside. You can find out where creepers were placed, and you can find out everything. What do you mean, will this actually happen? So, I mean, no names are just toxic. Look at this. Okay. Everyone go to shop.jurassicpvp.com really quick. I'm going to read out a $100 gift card. So get your purchase ready. Get a basket worth $100. And I'm going to read out a code for the same price. Okay. You should all be on shop.jurassicpvp.com now. I'm going to read out the code. 5555 space 4104 space 6952. If you use that code, you'll get $100 off, and it's worth $100 total. RepEU has spent $9 from the code. He bought a not pay to win loot box. Okay, Overset purchased what looks to be, yep, 2 non-pay to win loot boxes. Koki purchased 1 not pay to win loot box. Revenge Tour also purchased a not pay to win loot box. And the code has been fully used. Float purchased 3 non-pay to win loot boxes, and Dizzledeers purchased 2. And GG, everyone got them. I'm going to Bycraft force check, so all the commands will go through instantly. near instantly anyway. Going to do another giveaway at some point, so be sure to stick around. Oh God, I couldn't because I have week 6 bundle open. Damn. I'm actually going to drop the price of the weekend 6 bundle to $20 quickly because it's ridiculously priced at the moment and we haven't sold many at all. Those who purchase some will be compensated, of course. Okay. Why can't we buy unban with Buycraft? Well, because we don't want too many people being unbanned, to be honest. It's kind of annoying having constant hackers on the server. And the fact that we've dedicated, well, I say we, Good and Evil has dedicated probably 7 days of constant working on the anti-cheat. I don't think hackers deserve to be unbanned for anything that's not going to cover that time. So a gift card essentially is just giving Good and Evil's work away for free. I'm not a fan of that. What about non-hackers? There's no way we can determine whether or not someone's a non-hacker. You will not be able to purchase the weekend 6 bundle, but weekend 7 will be out soon. Okay, I'm going to go over this again. Like I said, the enchants are going to be reworked. Currently, it is a public plugin, meaning there is a lot of limitations, and there is really nothing we can do. When we make our own plugin, there is no conditions and there is no effects, meaning we could make it so an enchant only procs if the player has 12 alerts from the anti-cheat, or we can make it so it only procs if the player's on 2 HP, and we can make it so the effect, rather than giving regeneration, heals them for 1 health, or something of the sort. Currently, we can't do that, because we don't have our own plugin. We're going to work on our own plugin, but we have bigger and better things to do at the moment. Hi Assassin, I'll answer your question in just 1 second. Well, it will happen when we've got the time, and when we've got the resources to do so. Working on a plugin like that would mean we would need the community satisfied with no updates for about a week and a half, so 10 days. And that's kind of not going to happen at the current state of Jurassic, which we need to get in a state where it would happen. And with the current rate of constant hackers, us having to work on things to increase donations so we can afford server bills, lack of players, we don't really have the time to be working on an enchant plugin, even though it will fix 2 of them problems. See, this is what I don't get. You are constantly complaining about enchants, but you're also wanting us to work on tons of other things. I don't think you understand that it takes time to work on things. I will talk to Riz. That rule applies for the first 12 hours. Okay, and you're wondering our approach. The forums, we would hire a Zen4 developer to fix everything. We would announce that the forums is back. We would do some Buycraft giveaways on there, and it would be revived. Enchants need help. As I've said it probably 10 times during this stream, we're going to work on them. The anti-cheat was broken. Well, the anti-cheat's fixed. There is no need to address that issue. There has been probably 5% full spans from it currently, which in my opinion is way too high. But currently, I think tomorrow we'll get 2% full span, so the next day we'll get 1.5, and every day it's just slowly going to get lower to a stage where the auto ban is rarely full spanning ever. But you need to ask yourself the question, would you rather a few full spans and near to no hackers, or the old rate of Jurassic with constant hackers but no full spans? Because as you can see, the players have clearly went up since we've implemented the auto ban, which means people are enjoying the server more. That is right. We're gonna have a look at this guy. He is cheating. Hey, want to admit for a shorter ban? We just caught him on stream. This is great. Because there's no way he would be constantly getting hits through that. Unmute. Maybe he's muted. No. 10. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Unfreeze. Kill 911. Ban 911. Hacking. So that was fun. I'd appreciate if you don't spam my stream chat, thanks. No, he was cheating. So, no, Fawns, what? Fawns doesn't count as a hit. Fawns as if you hit a player with your fist, but it doesn't actually hit the player. The user was certainly cheating, also that if they wasn't, they would have responded. It's impossible for them to consistently land hits. So they was landing hits like this, looking this way, and still hitting the player. You can go ahead and test that idea. But I am going to have to turn my anti-cheat notifications off because I can't actually have them in chat. I know he was derped. That doesn't change anything. He was cheating. I can assure you of it. There's no need to argue it. Okay. What else is there to go over? This week's F-top payout isn't going to happen. We're going to find a solution. Nitro boosters are going to get access to giveaways very soon. Allow crushes, they are part of the game and they are easily keggable. That's the thing, they're not. People constantly complained. We made a solution. Like, if you look at the votes, we actually had a lot more votes to remove them. I'll get up the numbers for you so you can't argue back. $268 votes for yes and 46 votes for no. TPII. That's not bannable. Oh wait, yes, that is bannable. That has crushes. This should be bannable because you're water proing it, meaning they can't kick. So even by your logic, that would be bannable. I killed him first. He was cheating though. Vlog, he was cheating. What do you mean we had a pay to win cooldown? Oh, you mean we should have a pay to win cooldown? Why? Okay. The thing is, Ninja Mango, with the amount he's donated, he's single-handedly paid for, let's say, this month's development. That's Ninja Mango alone. Why would we discourage people to help us pay for development? I think in the future, once Jurassic PvP is well developed, it's a bigger server, a bigger community behind it, more staff, and we're less in need for development, then yeah, I'll think about something to reduce the amount of pay to win. But currently, my goal is to make Jurassic PvP the best server out there for Cosmic Tests. And that's not a free thing to do. And I don't fancy dipping into my own pockets for something I do for fun. So we require funds to do so. It's not, you can't just make bundles less eco-breaking. That's not quite how it works. Bundles are designed in a way that they will not kill the eco, they will influence it. And yes, there is flaws with it. I think next map, a lot of them flaws will be covered though. For example, we will no longer be selling spawners in bundles. We will no longer be selling money. We will no longer give heroic upgrades. They will all be exclusive to calves. The loot box is in about 10. Yeah, I'll do it in 10, I guess. No hero groves, I'm not buying anything yet. When does the server reset? Server's not resetting for at least 3 months. There you go. Anyway, I am going to end this stream here. Thank you everyone for participating. We'll do another one soon. Goodbye.